reduce speed to 210.
13,000, slow to 210, 451.
Dallas 5133, reduce your speed now to 230.
Florida 230, Skies 5133.
33.3, good day.
33.3, good day, now to 2408. What's some of your better to grasp and power is there? 32, 35, 47, 42.
Okay, 1448, turning 1870.
Turn right 170, 1448.
Skyler 309 Charlie, descend to maintain 10,000.
10,000, 309 Charlie.
0.
Sky 5181.
Missouri not alone, Sky 3181, contact first 120.8, good day.
120.8, good day, Sky 5181.
The final approach.
Alright, guys.
Alright, down to 9,000 direct funds from approach 53.
We are going to Albuquerque from Denver, taking these passengers. They are all waiting patiently. Our flight is on time. Got both gates being boarded, or both doors are being boarded. Got lots of flights in and out of Denver today. Now, let's get this party started. Turn on the batteries. Looks like they are open. Sam opened them, that's cool. Do bus tie. Got externals are available. Turn on the commercial galley, all that stuff so they can have their coffee. Got nav lights, logo, seat belts. Emergency lights. Now let's remember which key does what here. That's not it. So 3 is the one I'm looking for. Okay. Get our adheres aligning. And we're gonna go, see, I can fit 198 in economy. So we're gonna do 178. Business is up to 36, that's fine. That's fine, 18 crew, so yeah, we're going heavy today. And we need to figure out our fuel. So 188.6. Alright, 188.6. We'll come over to SimBrief. We got 188.6. Flight level 300. This is our route. We got a SID and a star for today's flight. We're an A350. United 1399. Figure out the fuel. .4-minute flight time. Alright, fuel is 13,130. That's enough extra, or be good. No holds are expected today, so Denver's altimeter is 92. So we are standard pressure. Taking off north currently. Yeah, that's why we got 12 knots of wind out of the north. All right. That's with Delta. Departing Departing 2-5, that's what I'm looking for. And Albuquerque is landing on 8. So we'll file our IFR flight plan here. We are heavy, we're CPD LC capable. It's land Lima. 30,000, all that is good. File that away. So this is our route. And by the way, I know we're CPD LC capable, it says right here. PDC, CPD LC. PDC is just, you don't respond to it. CPD LC, you have to accept or not accept. It's like more of a negotiation type scenario there. And I'll cover the departure when I'm in the aircraft. So actually, I guess we should plan not 2-5 since the wind is coming out of the northeast. So we'll plan three, 4 right. Is that an option? 3-5 left. Alright, we'll plan 3-5 left for departure. 2-5 as a backup, I guess. We'll figure out that. So 3-5 left per the winds and what we're allowed to do. There we are. Flight plan is on file. Got some weather off to our west. We should be able to miss most of that, if not all of it. There's no segments, so that's good. The wind is a little bit of a headwind. It's not horrible though. So you got, it's going to be cloudy, but that's all right. Wind has got some wind shear right now. That can change. Albuquerque is, the wind can change too with these storms, so we'll have to think about contingencies as we get closer. All right. So fuel destination is 13,130. APU will go 20 minutes, taxi 15. All right, passengers are boarding. Fuel's being loaded. VHF. Welcome our guests on board.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain and crew would like to welcome you on board this Airbus A350. If you haven't already done so, please stow your carry-on luggage underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin. The flight crew will do everything possible to make your flight comfortable and enjoyable. Xplane.org, onesim.com, and Ramses Aviation Design wish you a pleasant flight experience.
Fire test. Get the APU fired up here. Elevation 5,400 feet. Alright, APU is on. So we do auto, auto. Do APU gen, APU bleed. That will start all that. Okay. Got 18 quarts of oil. We need at least 13, so we're good there. Hydro is good. APU is available. Batteries are good. Got good bleed air for engine start later. And air conditioner heating is working. Pressure doesn't really do anything right now. Do anti-skid there. All these knobs are facing up. I'm gonna get our surveillance systems going. And we'll go serve Stand by. Get all these systems turned on. All that is good. Got APU going. We are United 1399. There we go. From Denver, Albuquerque. This. All right, we got that. So we can come up here and we need Tropa today. It's 52,000. Minus 29 degrees. And we have a headwind. It's kind of off to the, yeah, it's a little bit of a headwind. So we'll say it's a little bit crosswind, so we'll say 30 knot headwind. And we'll check this with our chart here. We'll remember that for the ATC. So we got airport, and we are 36, 39, 51, 5. It's close enough. Can't change it in this plane. So we'll go ahead and align that. That's fine. You're sitting right there. Alright, ATC is 1875. Maybe not. 126.5.
Denver IN.
Visibility 10. 15,000 scattered. Ceiling 2,000 broken. Temperature 29er. Dew point 7. Altimeter 299er2. Arriving runways 34 left. 35 left. 35 right. Departing runways 35 left. 258. Visual approach in use. ILS runway 34 left. Runway 35 left. And runway 35 right approach in use. Multiple Arnav Zulu approaches in use. VFR departures contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Notice to airman runway 16 left 34 right close. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Delta.
Alright, we are with Info Delta. So we're already on the right pressure, and the altitude here is right on the money there. That's correct. Sign in and we'll get our clearance. Once I hear that little tone, I can switch scenes. Frequencies, squawk. Master. Alright, so we got our clearances available, so we'll hit ATC. Next, standby so it won't disappear. Clear to Albuquerque, SUDS 1, SUDS, then is filed, climb via, expect 300 within 10, departure 26.1. And we're gonna squawk 5406. Alright, we can accept that, so we'll accept it. Make sure that is correct. SUDS. Climb via 126.1. Squawk 5406. I need to know all that because I need to close this out. We'll come back over here. Alright, so our squawk is 5406. And we'll leave it in standby for right now. So, squawk is good. APU tests are good. All that is good. Good, good, good. Did all that already. Barrow is set. I already checked all that. Alright, so cruise 300. Do 160. Cruise temp is what did I say it was? It was minus 29. $30. That looked fine. So we'll do $3.5 left departure. SUDS insert all that. It's going to be a vector to SAGs, SCAGs, 180. That'll work. Might have to change that to 2.5. We'll see. And as of right now, we'll plan ILS 8. So we're going to go Albuquerque, runway 8, ILS 8. And we're going to do that from Kirsten via Cyndia 4. And we'll start that from Date Me. So after SEDS, it's direct to Date Me, so we'll delete the disco. And we'll go fuel page, 0 fuel weight, 188.6. CG is 22 even. $249 passengers. Block fuel, we'll say 13.8. Going off of that, right here is 13.9's there, so we'll say 13.8. Runway length 3659. Yep, that's correct. So do 153, 157. $159, and we're gonna do flex 36, and I want 500 feet above ground here, so we'll say, we'll just round it up to 6,000 even. And B65 for engine out. One engine out, B65 to go to climb thrust of 1,000 feet. Trans is 180. And we're going to climb. All that looks good. Grab our winds for the climb. update the weather. Alright, we got all that is good. Let's make sure our flight plan looks good here. So we'll go to plan. Alright, that looks fine. Alright, so climb via, and I'll brief this to, it's going to be flight level 230. Okay. We're going to go ahead and disconnect the external. Everything is loaded. Close all the doors. And we'll go airplane. Doors are automatic.
Attention all flight attendants, doors automatic.
Right. Don't crash.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready. Ground to cockpit, toes driving up.
Alright, we'll get all this stuff turned on. And 3-5 left.
Okay, all doors, hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
2185. Tower be 133.3. And we'll go ahead and see. 5406, that's correct. Go ahead and lock the cabin door.
Tow connected, bypass pin inserted. Release the parking brake.
And both of our gates go away. Do beacon light on. Engines are at low. All right.
Starting pushback, go ahead, start the engines.
All that is good. Push back, obviously. ECAM is auto. Engine start selector to start. Engine master 1. Man, that poor guy just got ran over. Engine master 2.
Number 6 out of 4 pop, Bravo, Oakland Center, contact Fresno approach 119.6. Number 4 Golf Alpha, no traffic observed between you and your destination. Report cancellation of IFR or missed approach airborne this frequency, or you can cancel on the ground within 5 minutes of landing on 122.2. Change advisory frequency is approved.
We'll cancel on the ground, 122.2, ground 4 Golf Alpha.
Fresno approach TVM 694 Papa Bravo 15,500, descending 14,000. Number 6 out of 4 Papa Bravo, Fresno approach, set to maintain 10,000, device daily altimeter 2980, advise with the weather, expect visual approach. Set to maintain 10,000, copy the altimeter, and we do have the weather for Papa Bravo.
Operation complete, set the parking brake. Disconnecting tow, stand by.
Engine start selector to normal. APU bleed off. Actually, before I do that, engine bleed is fine, so we'll come up here. APU bleed. And how about engine generators? Generators are good, so we'll turn off
Number 4 Papa Bravo, set to maintain 2,000.
Generator.
2,000 for Papa Bravo.
Turn off the APU.
Tow is disconnected, bypass pin's been removed. Hand signal on the left, she's all yours, Captain.
Ladies and gentlemen, we request your full attention as the flight attendants demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. When the seatbelt sign illuminates, you must fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal fittings one into the other, and tighten
Trim
the
is
buckle on the
automatic.
loose end of the strap. To release Keep your seatbelt fastened
Flight
throughout the
controls.
flight, as we may experience turbulence. Airbus A350 has 8 emergency exits, 4 on the left side of the cabin and 4 on the right.
Go ahead and
Please
arm
take
the
a few
spoilers,
moments now
which you can
to
tell by that
locate
little
your
check
nearest
mark.
exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor level lighting will guide you towards the exit. Doors can be opened by moving the handle.
Making sure my reversers work.
Each door is equipped with an inflatable slide, which may also be detached and used as a life raft. Oxygen and the air pressure are always being monitored. In the event of any compression, an oxygen mask will automatically appear in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind your head and breathe normally.
Taxi light
Although
and
the
turn
bag
off.
does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your
Window
mask
probe
first,
heat
and
on.
then assist the other person. Keep your mask
Anti-ice
on
flap.
until a uniformed crew member advises you to remove it. In the event of an emergency, please assume the bracing position. Lean forward with your
2.
hands on top of your head and your elbows against your thighs. Ensure your feet are flat on the floor. A life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest.
Do
Slip it
quick
over your
ECAN
waist,
checks
fasten
here.
straps around your waist, and adjust at the front to inflate the vest. Pull firmly on the red
November 4 Papa Bravo, the airport's 12 o'clock and 8 miles. Report the airport inside or cancellation of IFR.
into the mouthpieces. Use the whistle and light to attract attention.
Roger, we'll go ahead and cancel IFR 4 Papa Bravo. Number 4 Papa Bravo, I've got no traffic observed between you and the airport. Your radar services are terminated with IFR cancellation. Squawk and maintain VFR frequency changes approved.
Maintain VFR, frequency change approved. Thanks for the help today. 4 Papa Bravo.
No problem.
May be used when the seatbelt sign is off or when permitted by the crew. Mobile telephones, remote control toys, or any
And we'll
electronic
do
devices operating with an antenna
brakes
will not be turned
RTO.
off at all times.
Rejected takeoff setting.
That this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. You will find this and all the other safety information in the card located in the seat pocket in front of you. We strongly suggest you read it before takeoff. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask one of our crew members.
10, 15,000 scattered, ceiling 2,000 broken, temperature 29er, dew point 7, altimeter 299er2, arriving runways 34 left, 35 left, 35 right, departing runways 35 left, 258, visual approaches in use, ILS runway 34 left, runway 35 left, and runway 35 right approach in use, multiple RW approaches in use. VFR departures contact clearance delivery, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Notice to airmen runway 16 left 34 right closed. Read back all runway assignment, hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information Delta.
Good afternoon, Denver ground, United 1399 Heavy, located at ramp 4 East, current with Delta, ready to taxi, request tree 5 left.
United 1399 Heavy, unfortunately with the departure procedure, 35 left is not available. Runway 8 or 25 are about your only option.
Okay, I'll switch to runway 8 then. That'll work, United 1399 Heavy.
United 1399 Heavy, Denver ground, runway 8, taxi via Mike.
Runway 8 via Mike, United 1399 Heavy. Alright, so we're gonna have to punch in a A little bit of a crosswind, but it's alright. And there's Mike. Could take off south as well, but not on this time. Have to redo the performance.
Cobra 17, mic check.
Cobra 17, Olympia ground, you're loud and clear.
Olympia ground, Cobra 17, request taxi with Yankee.
So that'd be Kidding and then Twin. And then that goes all the way to Suds, I think.
Cobra 17, Olympia ground, safe position and direction of departure again.
Yep, that's right.
Cobra 17, look at the FBO, will be departing VFR to the south.
So we're gonna need perf. I have to redo that. We're gonna do
Cobra 17, Olympia ground, runway 17, taxi via Echo Bravo.
Cobra 17, taxi via Echo Bravo.
5665. $167. And we're gonna flex 37. Everything else remains the same. Can update our winds here. Wonder if that messed up my perf. Nope. Do a takeoff config check. All green.
NorCal, Grumman 804 Golf Alpha, cancel IFR, we've landed Salinas.
Number 4 Golf Alpha, roger, radar correction, IFR cancellation received, have a good day.
Good day.
Top altitude is 230. We got to be under 10,000 at Kidding. Then we can climb after that. Put that on. It's 10,000 there. Alright, runway 8. It's 132, 35, departure 126.10. 32, 35, 26.10. Denver Tower, United 1399 Heavy, holding short, runway 8.
United 1399 Denver Tower, runway 8, cleared for takeoff. Wind 020 at 12, gust 19er.
Runway 8, cleared for takeoff, United 1399 Heavy. Clear left. Strobes. Landing lights. Signs, cabin ready. Spoilers are armed. Flaps, auto brake. Takeoff config test is good. Blue and green, all good. Let's switch this over to our departure. Engine's 50% and stable. We've got a pretty significant left crosswind. I'm putting in a ton of right rudder. So as soon as we get off the ground here, we'll be nosing into the left. Gear up. Get a climb thrust. Autopilot on.
United 1399 Heavy, contact departure.
Over to departure, United 1399 Heavy, see ya. 26.1. Denver departure, United 1399 Heavy, climbing via the SEDS wind, leaving 7,000.
United 1399 Heavy, Denver departure, radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Climb maintain flight level 230, United 1399 Heavy. 702. Alright, flaps out all the way. We can undo the speed brake. Packs are on. Everything looks good up there. Hard coded at 10, but I'll remove that shortly. No icing. Go in the open climb. I think we got 12 miles to get to 14,000, so we'll keep an eye on that. If I'm that at 12,000 by about here, then we'll slow down the speed so we can switch off from speed to more of a vertical speed. Should start climbing pretty good here now. Trade off speed for climb power. Alright, looks like we're being okay here with the altitudes. You said we can go to 23,000 feet, however, you gotta make sure that you still are above these altitudes published because there's safety reasons, obstacles, and stuff like that. So, next one is 16,000, and then flight level 180 at Skaggs. I think we'll be okay on all of these.
United 1399 Heavy, contact Denver Center 127.02.
Denver Center 127.02, United 1399 Heavy. Switch over to that. Denver Center, United 1399, climbing via SUDS, SUDS 1, leaving 16,200, climbing flight level 230.
United 1399, Denver Center, climb and maintain flight level 300.
Climb maintain flight level 300, United 1399. Alright, all the way up. So, let's see what type of top of climb that gives me. Coming up to transition altitude soon. So we got top of climb 1912, top of descent 1928. Alright. So, Barrow so we're gonna do, just do standard. We're already at standard, doesn't really matter. Looks like we're gonna mate that 180, no problem there. Get rid of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, our aircraft continues to climb. We would like to remind you that all flights of our airline are non-smoking. For your safety, the lavatories have been equipped with smoke detectors. Damaging or disconnecting the smoke detectors is strictly prohibited. On the overhead panel you will find a personal lamp, air conditioning, and a flight attendant button. The lavatory for the business class passengers are located in the front of the airplane, and for the economy class passengers, in the back and center of the airplane. For your safety, when seated, we recommend to keep your seat belts fastened, even when the fasten seatbelt sign is off. Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, and you may now move about the cabin.
Alright, so that was the takeoff portion. So what I'll do is, the only thing that I'm going to do that you won't have the recording of is I just go through the ECAM messages, ECAM checks and all at my cruise, but since this is not a live stream, I am going to stop the video here, and the next segment will be my approach into Albuquerque. So I'll see you in a flash. Alright guys, I cut out the boring cruise part. There's not much going on. We started our descent. We got our descent instruction to descend via the Cindia for arrival, which is what we're doing. So first restriction is DTEC at 270 knots. So this little magenta dot is our indication that the aircraft will start to slow down to meet that restriction. And I'm going to check D-ATIS real quick and we'll update our weather, and then we'll get voice ATIS when we get a little bit closer. Actually, I might be able to pick up regular ATIS. Let's see.
Is requested.
Yep.
Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Lima.
Alright, let's get our weather.
Albuquerque International Airport. ATIS information, Lima. 1852 Zulu. Wind 160 at 15. Gust 22. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 5,000. Few clouds at 8,000. Ceiling 10,000 overcast. Temperature 24. Dew point 15. Altimeter 3000. Arriving and departing runways 8, 21. Visual approaches and use VFR departures, contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Lima.
Alright, so let's put in our approach. So the winds is 170 at, just call it 19. It's gusting higher than that. The temperature is 24. QNH is 1016. And we're doing an ILS runway 8. MDA is 2, we'll just call that an even 200. Say 200 radial, do full, all that is correct. Alright, weather, baro, approach data. And we'll deal with that next. ILS 1119. So that is correct. Next one, 250 between 14 and 16. It's not the best weather. In fact, the weather there is kind of crazy. You can see over here. It's 15 gusting to 21. So we're going to have a nice little crosswind component. It's within the
Salt Lake City Center, Centurion 14.
We can do it though. It's not going to be too hard.
Rolling right. Quebec Sierra, Salt Lake Center, squawk 3176.
3176.
Busting out of the clouds here. Doing the runway 8 transition, so we're just going to keep going to Kirsten, and then we'll pick up the ILS from Kirsten via full approach, no vectoring. At least that's the plan. There's no icing to worry about. +9, we're like right on the verge of that icing component, but we're okay. I monitor icing here as well, so. Turn our seat belts back on.
4 Quebec Sierra, verified position.
Sir, we're 50 miles west-northwest of Junction, Grand Junction. This time at VFR 16,500, request instruments to Salt Lake.
Number 4 Quebec Sierra, Roger. Looks like you're still within the Denver Center airspace. Radar contact about 50 miles east of the Carbon VOR. Cleared to Salt Lake City Airport via Carbon VOR. And then Victor 134 then is filed. It's going to maintain 16,000 price, altimeter 3003.
Okay, 14 Quebec Sierra is cleared to Salt Lake City via Carbon, Victor 134, then as filed. We'll descend out of 16,500 for 16,000 and 3003 on the altimeter.
United 1399, contact Albuquerque approach 127.4.
Albuquerque approach 127.4, United 1399. 127.4. Alright. Albuquerque approach, United 1399 heavy, descending via the Cindia 4, runway 8 transition, leaving 15,200. Current with Lima, request ILS runway 8, approach from Kirsten.
United 1399 heavy, Albuquerque approach, Kirsten, cleared ILS runway 8 approach, altimeter 3000.
At Kirsten, cleared ILS runway 8 approach, 3000, United 1399 heavy. Alright, so we got our approach, which means we can fly the approach, which means we can lower to 6,300 for the final approach fix. 6,300. I'll just leave it there because we're going to intercept the we'll intercept all that before anyway. So I appreciate all the views, and if y'all like my material, if you could hit that thumbs up, I would appreciate it. It also gives me an indication of who actually watches the full videos instead of the segments, which is cool. If you guys even watch 5 seconds of this, I'm happy with that. If anyone is interested in chatting with me live,
Sierra, change to my frequency,
I'll tell you in a second.
125.57.
If anyone is interested in chatting with me live, I live stream every Sunday evening at 8 Eastern, 7 Central Time. And I will put my Twitch channel link below in the YouTube channel description below. So that way, if you guys are around Sunday evenings and you want to ask me questions or what have you, then feel free to drop by and say hi, ask questions. That's what it's all about. I appreciate the, not the support, that's a bad word. I appreciate people dropping by and just saying hi. If you click the follow button on my Twitch, you'll be alerted to when I go live. So that's an option as well. You can just click follow, that doesn't cost anything. The winds haven't changed. So it's going to be a sporty landing for sure, but we'll make it work. Update the... No, I'm not going to update the weather. It's fine. You can go to perf. The approach will go live when it's... I think that will activate the approach phase there. Turn on our landing lights and all that jazz. Seat belts and all that is on.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few minutes our aircraft will land at the destination airport. For your safety, we ask you to remain seated until the aircraft comes to a complete stop and the fasten seatbelt sign is turned off. When preparing to depart, please make sure to take all your personal belongings with you. Attention international travelers, if you are continuing your flight.
Towers 120.3. Ground is 0.9er. I don't think I'll need ground, so we're going to land on 8. Expected a right crosswind here. We'll probably exit Alpha 8, taxi back to Alpha 3. And also for my YouTube guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. That helps get the videos out to other aviation enthusiasts. Alright, I think, yep, approach phase has been activated, so you're good there. So 230 knots, we can go flaps 1. 200 knots, we can go flaps 2. There's 230, we'll go flaps 1, which is first notch flaps. Get the ILS frequency stuff going. And we're going to do auto brake low. Displayed there. And we'll go ahead and arm the spoilers.
Okay, clearance, good afternoon, allow 30, ready to pick up IFR to Portland Windmer.
Say again, call sign.
Alaska 5-3.
Put that on ILS mode.
Alaska 530, Spokane clearance. clear to Portland Airport, Spokane 6, departure, radar vector Zagro, then as
Flaps
filed,
2.
climb and maintain 12,000, spec flight level 280, within 10 minutes of your departure. Spokane on 123.75, squawk 2540.
K-Loss 530 is cleared to Spokane body, Spokane 6 departure, radar vector to Zagro, that's filed. Maintain 12,000, click 287 minutes after departure. Departure is on 123.75, squawk 2540.
Gear coming down. Flaps 3.
530, read back correct.
Hold this up at about 175 knots for right now. Now do a wind check here. 170, 15, gust in the 22.
United 1399 Heavy, contact Albuquerque Tower, 120.3.
Albuquerque Tower 120.3, United 1399 Heavy. Go to tower, get our landing clearance. Albuquerque Tower, United 1399 Heavy, ILS runway 8.
United 1399 Heavy, Albuquerque Tower, runway 8, clear to land, wind 150 at 15.
Runway 8, clear to land, United 1399 Heavy. You have to say heavy when your aircraft is either classified as a heavy, kind of like the Airbus A300 freighter is a heavy categorized arm approach there. And we'll go to landing speed. Flaps full. And missed approach is 8,000 feet, so we'll set for missed 8,000 per the missed approach procedure. Climb to 6,000 basically, then right U-turn to 8,000 direct to the Albuquerque VOR. Yeah, it is windy. It's going to be challenging. Might have to go missed, but that's only if I totally mess up this approach.
1,000.
Terrain.
Alright, autopilot off so I can get used to this. See what happens. I go a little bit to the right of the runway if I can. 14 knot.
400.
Terrain.
300. 200. 190. 80. 70. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Reversers. Airlines into the wind.
Salt Lake ground. Good afternoon, Walker 3D. We're just in front of Charlie 4, taxi November.
Exit up here at Alpha 8.
Walker 380, Salt Lake City ground, runway 16 left, taxi via hotel.
Okay, 16 left via hotel, Walker 380.
Okay, 1399 heavy left when you're able, Alpha back to the ramp, monitor ground to point 9er.
Exit left, Alpha back to the ramp, and we'll monitor ground, point 9er, United 1399 heavy, see you.
Okay.
Alright. It's a little sporty of a landing, but we made it work. Monitoring ground. Not back taxi, but we'll taxi via Alpha to the gate. Okay. Strobes off, landing lights off. Get the APU going. Flaps are back.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you at our destination. The local weather is very nice. 22 degrees centigrade. The local time is 12:50 a.m. For your safety and comfort, we ask that you please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. This will indicate that we have parked at the gate and that it is safe to move about. Please check around your seat for any personal belongings you may have brought on board with you, and please use caution when
Spokane ground, Oscar 530 with November ready to taxi.
have shifted around during the flight. If you require departing assistance, please remain in your seat until
Oscar 530, Spokane ground, runway 21, taxi via Alpha.
21 by Alpha, Oscar 530.
We remind you to wait until inside the terminal to use any electronic devices or to smoke in the designated areas. On behalf of our airline and the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.
This is where they make the Eclipse little biz jets. Over here.
Fresno clearance, TBM 694, Papa Bravo, clearance to Reno Stead.
Every now and then I fly my Eclipse. I got the Eclipse from Arabasque. Every now and then I fly in and
TBM 604,
in and out of here.
Papa Bravo, you're not with Fresno clearance, you got Fresno departure. Are you on the ground at Fresno?
Currently on the ground in Visalia, Victor, India, Sierra.
All right, you want to try 122.2, that'll call the departure controller.
22-2, thanks, 4 Papa Bravo.
Don't want to blind the gate guy.
Clearance TBM 694 Papa Bravo on the ground at Visalia, pickup IFR to Reno Stead.
Number 604 Papa Bravo, it's Fresno departure. Be with you in a moment.
APU gen. APU bleed.
Spokane Tower, Alaska 530, ready for departure, 21.
Alaska 530, Spokane depart, correction, Spokane Tower, runway 21, cleared for takeoff, and wind calm.
21, clear for takeoff, Alaska 530.
Turn all that off.
Salt Lake Tower, Walker 380, short 16 left, ready.
Disconnected.
All right. We'll do a replay of the landing there. Put that there. Turn that off. Make sure I'm offline. Let's see what this landing looked like from the outside. It was pretty sporty. If it was a smaller plane, it would have been way more difficult. Yep, that looked all right. All right. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll catch you next time. See y'all soon. Chase out.